Okay, so this video is about the math section of the NJ Ask. There's five main areas of math that you're going to be tested on. The first one is number sense and numerical operations. The second one is geometry and measurement. The third one is patterns and algebra. The fourth one is data analysis and discrete math. And the fifth one is problem solving. These areas are also known as clusters, and you can find your scores if you ask your teacher for each, they have scores for each cluster. There's going to be three kinds of questions that you're going to see in the math section. You'll see multiple choice questions, short constructed response questions, and extended constructed response questions. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how to answer each type of question. A little bit about the multiple choice questions. There's going to be about 30 to 35 multiple choice questions per section. You will have about 1 minute per problem. You may use a calculator, pencil and paper, or mental math to solve these problems. And remember to eliminate any wrong answers before trying to solve the problem. So let's take a look at an example. Lucy drove 141 miles in 180 minutes. How many miles per hour was she driving? 24 miles per hour, 47 miles per hour, 54 miles per hour, or 78 miles per hour. So to start off, I would try to eliminate anything that looks ridiculous, but none of these really look that out of the ordinary, so I can't really eliminate anything before I start this problem. So let me just set up the problem. If she drove 141 miles in 180 minutes, that's a rate, and I know that I can set that up as a fraction. So we have 141 miles over 180 minutes. And we want to know how many miles per hour she was driving. So I know that there's 60 minutes in an hour. So, how many miles did she travel in 60 minutes? And I'm going to just use x because I don't really know. So now I have a proportion set up, and all I have to do is cross multiply. So 180 times x equals 141 times 60. So I'm just going to write that. And to save myself some time, I'm just going to use a calculator to multiply 141 times 60. So if I multiplied those together, I would get, I don't know why it's doing that. I would get 8,460. I think the pen is a little bit delayed with the recording. So anyway, it's 8,460. And then you just set that equal to 180x. Oh my goodness. And then it's just a simple one-step equation. You divide both sides by 180, and you're left with x equals 47. So since that's one of my answer choices, I'm lucky. If I got a different answer, then I might have to, then maybe I did something wrong. So that should be my answer. Okay. Let's take a look at a different type of question. The short constructed response questions are similar to multiple choice, but there's no choices. You just have to figure it out. The difference with these is that you get 2 minutes to solve each of these questions, which is longer than multiple choice, which is 1 minute. And they're good because there's no distractor answers that could trick you. Sometimes the test makers put in these false answers that they want you to get tricked on, and they want you to pick those, but in these type of questions there's no choices, so therefore you're free to put whatever answer you want to put without getting tricked. They're also difficult though because you can't just guess A, B, C, or D if you have no clue. You kind of have to put down a number that makes sense. So let's take a look at a short constructed response question. It says angles A and B are supplementary if angle A equals 120 degrees, what is the measure of angle B? This problem is pretty straightforward as long as I know what supplementary means. And I know that supplementary means that the angles have to add up to 180 degrees. So if angle A equals 120, what's the measure of angle B? It's simply a one-step equation. 120 plus B equals 180. And if I take away 120 from both sides, I'm left with 60 equals B. So for my answer, I'm simply going to put angle B equals 60 degrees. And these are pretty simple. But if I didn't know what the answer was, I might just try to estimate and give a good educated guess and just write something down. You never want to leave these questions blank because you never know, maybe you'll have the answer in there somewhere, and if you write it down, maybe that's the right answer. So that's short constructed response. The last type of question is extended constructed response. These questions are the longest and they require the most amount of time to answer. You get 10 minutes to answer each question. But you have to not only explain what the answer is, you also have to say how you arrived at the answer. And there's usually multiple bullets with tasks to complete. So let's take a look at an extended constructed response question. It says a computer is on sale for $900. The sale price is 20% less than the original price. The first bullet says, what was the original price? The second bullet says, Varun has a coupon for an additional 10% off the sale price. What is the price if the coupon is used? And the last bullet says, the manager announces a special limited offer of an additional 15% off of all purchases. That means Varun can buy the computer for the sale price and get an additional 15% discount. Is this the same as getting a discount of 35% off the original price? Explain your answer. So don't get scared by these kind of questions. Even though they're long and they're asking you to do a lot, just break it down into steps and do it step by step, and you'll be fine on these questions. So let's look at the first question. It says, what was the original price? Well, it tells me that the computer is on sale for $900. That's the sale price. And they're telling me that this number is 20% less than the original price. So in other words, this 900 represents 80% of the total price. So I'm just going to write that as an equation. 900 is or equals 80%. And when I work with percents in algebra, I always want to change them to decimals because it just makes it easier. 80% of the original price, which I'm just going to write as X. So now it's a simple one-step equation. I divide both sides by 0.80, and I'm left with an answer of $1,025. So step one is done. The next part says that he has a coupon for an additional 10% off of the sale price. What is the price if the coupon is used? 10% off this $900. And we know that 10% of a number means you just move the decimal place over once to the left. So 10% of 900 is 90. So all I need to do now is subtract that 90 from the 900 to get the price that he would pay if he used the 10% off. And 900 minus 90 is, of course, $810. So that's number 2. The last bullet says that he could get 15% off all purchases. So he could get the sale price for an additional 15%. So the sale price was $20, and then he gets another 15% off this $900. So first we need to figure out what 15% of 900 is. So again, I'm going to use a decimal instead of the percent because it's easier to multiply. Sorry about that. This is not perfect. So 0.15 times 900 is going to give me $135 off. And $135 off of $900 is going to give me a new price of $765. Okay, but then there's also another scenario. They want to know if this is the same as getting a discount of 35% off of the original price. So the original price we found here was $1,125. What's 35% of that? We're going to multiply again. So we're going to do 0.35 times 1,125, and we get, I'm going to do it on my calculator, and I get 393 dollars and 75 cents. And now if I take the original price of $1,125 minus $393.75, I get a new price of $731.25. So getting 35% off the original price would give me this much, and the 15% plus the 20% would give me this price, so this one would be better. The last step in an extended constructed response question is to explain your answer using words. And since this pen is giving me a little bit of trouble, I'm just going to write it in the document itself. So after you solve everything, then the last step is to explain it, and you can use this format. You can say, I know that 35% off the original price is better than 15% off the discounted price because when I found 35% of $1,125, I got the new price of $731.25. When I found 15% of the discounted price, I got $765. So the way you explain your answer is just following this format. You say, I know that whatever you know because, and then you explain how you know that. And that's going to get you the most amount of points on the test. So you solve everything and then you explain how you got it and you explain the steps to get it. So that is all of the types of questions you'll see on the math section. And if you want any more information about general test taking tips, go to the Blackboard website and you'll see the videos posted for the 12 test taking strategies. So hopefully this was helpful and good luck on the test.